This is 17-year-old Piper Rockelle, a teenager who should be living a normal life, but instead she's being and exploited by not just her own parents, but even by OnlyFans creators like Sophie Rain. Because in their world, profit comes first, and if that means putting a in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons, so be it.
Oh dude, you're drinking cum powder? Oh! Ew! Dude! What the
Alright, here it is. Piper Rockelle's parents aren't just failing her, they're straight up exploiting her. Instead of, being responsible parents and shielding their kid from being overexposed, they're actively managing her accounts and pushing her deeper into it, basically turning what can only be described as softcore into a family business. Disgusting. Like, for real though, how could a parent do this to her daughter? Lord, is this really the same Earth? What's happening? I'm shaking for real. If this is how the modern day parents are gonna be, I'm skipping producing. And if that wasn't enough proof, her mother just settled a $1 million lawsuit with other creators, which if anything only confirms what everyone already suspected. Because when there's that much money involved, it's never just about content. It's about control, profit, and the absolute lack of boundaries. And of course, it gets worse. Because the second the word is mentioned, Sophie Rain spawns in like it's a loot job, hearing nothing but cha-ching. So what's her brilliant idea? Using Piper Rockelle to market her OnlyFans. That's right, she brings Piper into the Bop House, makes content with her, and somehow thinks this is all perfectly normal. Like, hello? Are you okay? At this point, how much lower can you possibly go just to push an OnlyFans brand? I get it, you always need something to keep your business running, but exploiting a literal for engagement is a level of shamelessness that shouldn't even be possible or legal for that matter.
Yeah, I love them bad bitches. Why? Cause I'm a bad bitch too.
Now, for anyone still wondering who Piper Rockelle actually is, well, according to her bio, she's an actor, dancer, model, and whatever else they were trying to sell. She's built a massive following, mostly among younger users, which makes what's happening even worse. So here's what went down. Sophie made a few TikToks with Piper, and of course the bottom feeders who spend all day watching her trash content couldn't help themselves. They flooded the comments with this. Where's Piper? Piper, is she in the Bop House? When will Piper be in? Yes, when will Piper be in? Bring Piper in! Oh, I want to see Piper in Bop House. And it goes on. Knowing that she's just years old, and the Bop House is literally an OnlyFans factory. Yet some of y'all are out here treating it like it's just another TikTok content house? Be so for real. For God's sake, stop it. What do you even eat? Are y'all actually built this way, or is there some unknown substance fueling this level of delusion? I swear, I'd rather stare at a blank wall all day than watch these degenerate OnlyFans models. Now, as we suspected, Sophie being Goofy made collective TikTok on the Bop House account, where all the creators were literally asking their followers if they should add Piper, just to confirm once more. How is this even legal, dog? A bunch of grown adults actively discussing whether or not to bring a into an environment built for explicit content. At this point, it's not just weird, it's blatant.
Piper, look at this comment.
Is Piper joining the Bop House?
Oh my god, I mean, like, people want me to, like, no, girl,
I mean, like, come on.
you're not even 18 yet, girl.
Literally, like, how many months?
Piper, no.
But of course, most of these are now deleted. Shocker. Because when you're actively making questionable decisions in broad daylight, the next best move is to wipe the evidence and pretend it never happened. And when people started dropping some actual wisdom under her TikToks with Sophie, let's just say, she didn't take it well.
Hi guys, I've had an absolute poopy day. So poopy, like genuine. There's like, I guess this is like the realness of my life. There's days, you know, obviously I'm in the public eye and I get hate and stuff like that, and I know I'm prepared for it, but there's some stuff that I can't handle. You can say whatever you want to me, like I don't care, but it's like when it comes to another person that I love, it like hurts me like really terribly, like more than it should. So I figure we could just kind of get ready and you guys could like just help me, because I've always wanted, since day one, I've wanted to make people like, I wanted to entertain people, make people happy. But with all that being said, you know, I know that we can both relate some ways.
Hey pussycat, listen up. You're a and you're being exploited. Nobody's mad at you. We're mad at the people around you. And for the matter of fact, you are grown enough to pick what's right and what's wrong. Right now, it probably feels like sunshine and rainbows. Everything seems sweet and fun. But trust me, when you get a little older, and it won't be very far away, you're gonna regret this. Wake up, do better.
There's really nothing a shower can't fix, so let's...
Yeah, okay, go ahead. Wash it all off your chest, but that's not gonna wash away the history.
Don't need mine. Bro, put a belt right to they behind the way that foot drip. I know he dying. 6'7", I just bit right on the highway.
Now, there was a lot of backlash over how Piper was dressed in all the TikToks she made at the Bop House, and rightfully so. Look, anyone can wear whatever they want. That's not the issue. But when you take a 7-year-old, throw her into an environment filled with OF creators, and have her doing the same suggestive dances and revealing outfits? Yeah, that sends the wrong message.
Yeah, I love them bad bitches. Why? Cause I'm a bad bitch too. Come a nigga.
Jump like jumping jacks and put it in rotation like.
If y'all remember Bad Baby, she made an OF immediately after turning 18 and made over $1 million in the first few hours. The problem? It wasn't just fans throwing money at her, it was predators, grown men who had been waiting for the moment she became legal. And now it's the same cycle all over again. These barely legal teens are being into this industry, blinded by the millions being waved in their faces. Where's the regulation to stop this predatory behavior? Because at this point, it's not just happening, it's being encouraged. Now, this is where it gets even weirder. Piper doesn't just hang around Sophie Rain, she idolizes her, like to an embarrassing degree. Case in point, here's a TikTok of her literally jumping into a pool just to prove how obsessed she is with Sophie Rain. Congratulations, you got wet for an OnlyFans creator. What exactly are we celebrating here?
Lights down low, so we getting naughty.
And that's the real problem. Sophie Rain is not a role model. At best, she's a walking marketing campaign for online simps, and at worst, she's actively normalizing the exploitation of young girls in this industry. Why is a 17-year-old looking up to someone whose entire business revolves around monetizing thirst? Piper isn't just embarrassing herself, she's setting herself up for the exact same pipeline.
Piper, this is huge. Okay, deep breath, you've totally got this. Just be yourself, like the amazing, thoughtful, funny person you already are. Ask them a couple of those meaningful questions we talked about, and don't be afraid to let them know how much they've inspired you. It'll feel genuine.
Like, what if we, like, don't vibe together? Like, what if I'm, like, just making an awkward silence? Like, what do I do? Like, what kind of questions do I ask?
Okay, so here's the thing. Sometimes people don't vibe, and that's okay. But if things get quiet, you can always ask open-ended questions like, what inspires you the most right now? Or, what's something you're really excited about working on? It keeps the focus on them and shows you're interested.
Like, after we hang out all day, like, is it weird if I asked her to, like, go to dinner or, like, hang out again?
Not weird at all, honestly. If you two are vibing and the day's been great, suggesting dinner or hanging out again just shows you're enjoying their company. Like, who wouldn't want to spend more time with someone?
Here's another TikTok of Sophie and Piper absolutely annihilating the good name of dance. But whatever, let's ignore that for now. If they had real talent, they wouldn't have to do this in the first place. That's not even the point. The real problem, Piper's caption, calling Sophie her big sis. And honestly, I don't even know how many degrees of wrong this is. Because let's be real, no actual sister would exploit her younger sister the way Sophie did. That's not sisterly love, that's Sophie isn't looking out for Piper, she's using her. And the fact that Piper genuinely believes this dynamic is normal, that's what's actually scary.
You and all your friends, photos, pose, and then go.
Now, what's really chilling? The realization that Piper didn't just show up at the Bop House for the vibes. Nope, she has an entire website where she's selling over 16,000 exclusive photos. And if you actually look at the interface of this site, it's basically OnlyFans light. Like, I don't even want to think about the implication, but what I do want to know is, what is actually wrong with her parents? Random grown men are paying $100 a month for pictures of their daughter, and instead of shutting it down, they're managing the account for her? This isn't just bad parenting, this is outright exploitation. Where are child protective services? Because at this point, this shouldn't even be a debate, it should be an investigation. Not only does Piper's site exist, but there are actual tiers. Yep, different levels of access depending on how much you're willing to pay. And if you're a premium predator, you can even choose an outfit for her to wear. Ew, I almost threw up saying that shit, oh my god. This clip pretty much sums it up perfectly.
Piper Rockelle's mother needs to be in prison. I hate that I'm like even bringing attention to this. I feel gross, but I haven't seen people talking about this. So like I was saying in my last video, how I found this page in the bottom of like her bio. Again, it says it's parent managed and there's different tiers to this page. Like one is like more expensive than the other, but there's a free one. And all you do is you put in your email and then you have an account. And then this is just the free tier, mind you, okay? Baby Blues mini set, 8 images, private TikTok. This is like her and her friend in like a Playboy bunny themed room. But don't worry, just in case you wanted another version of this set for $250 in the Japanese style baby blue striped bikinis with matching knee-high private TikTok available. What? We have a Valentine's Day set for $150 of 90 images and 4 private looks. And keep in mind, like I said, on this page and her links, there are tiers and there are different prices that you can pay for different things. That was the free thing. That was free. What the f?
At this point, there's no sugarcoating it. This isn't just content or some innocent subscription service. It's a full-blown pipeline into something way darker. And the fact that her own parents are running this, that's what makes it even more disturbing. This isn't just neglect, this is active participation. Piper Rockelle's parents ain't just bad, they're straight up exploiting her for profit. And her mom, Tiffany Smith, she didn't just fail as a parent, she ran Piper's career like a shady business operation. She got hit with a lawsuit from 11 former teenage members of the Piper Squad who accused her of creating a toxic, borderline abusive environment behind the scenes. The allegations: making gross, inappropriate comments, sneaking hint brownies to minors without them knowing, and straight up sabotaging their YouTube channels if they try to break free from her control. And what happened? She settled for $1.85 million. Didn't admit to anything, just threw money at the problem and moved on.
The mother of YouTube star Piper Rockelle, who has over 10 million subscribers despite being only 15 years old, is facing multiple awful allegations that she physically and emotionally abused children, including touching them and doing all kinds of other nasty things. So apparently there was a thing called the Piper Squad, which is, I guess, a group of people, a sort of entourage that would surround Piper, and they filed a complaint in January of 2022. This has been filed and now this is actually going to trial, alleging that Tiffany Smith, who's 41, would do all kinds of awful things, like trying to encourage them to perform sex acts, trying to make them wear revealing clothing, doing all kinds of things that I probably can't say in this video. According to them, subjecting them to, quote, harassment, molestation, and abuse. One example that has sort of been cited by people observing this case is a video that was posted 2 years ago, which has 8 teens in it, and it's called The Last to Stop Kissing Game, and you would win $10,000 if you won. That video currently has 10 million views, so it seems that, you know, this kind of culture of creepiness and abuse sort of bled into the YouTube content as well. All in all, very nasty. I believe the trial, the actual proceedings, are set now to happen at the end of the year. They were going to happen around now, but they've been delayed, so we'll see how that shakes out.
In an unexpected turn of events though, Joy, one of the ONLYFANS creators from the Bop House, actually chose to grow a spine and walk away. Yep, she dipped. officially leaving the Bop House because even she couldn't stomach how disgusting it was to use a for promotion. And when someone who actively benefits from the OF scene decides this is too far, you know it's bad. It's almost funny. The Bop House was out here acting like this was just another collab. Meanwhile, even their own members saw through the BS and started jumping ship.
It is about Piper, because one thing about me is that I'm never gonna do anything associated with, like, it is ridiculous that the Bop House would even do that when there's so many other people you can collab with that is over age, because we all know what you guys do. So I just think it's ridiculous and I cannot tolerate that.
And then there's Camilla, chopping it up with Sophie on her podcast, casually discussing who's going to be the next Bop House member. And guess what? They bring up Piper. Camilla literally says Piper is so cute and adorable, but she can't come to the Bop House yet. Yet? Bro, what do you mean, yet? Are y'all out here pre-ordering influencers now? I mean, how do you even say that with a straight face when you literally exploited your own brother spamming those cringe, is it pink TikToks? Go wash your face before you show it again.
So, who are you thinking is going to be the next member?
I've been seeing a lot of comments talking about Piper.
Ah, Piper. She's so cute. Isn't she like 17?
Yeah. So,
I mean, I think she's so cute. Like, I've seen her TikTok. She's adorable. Like, no, nothing wrong with her. But I think just, you can't come here if you're under the age of 18. Like, that's, it's not gonna work.
We love you.
Yeah, we do love you. I think you're the cutest little thing ever. Your little dances. I see you, girl.
Yes, we all see you and we love you and we appreciate it. And you're so funny. And I want to meet you.
Yeah, just, now's not the right time, and, maybe trying something more appropriate for your age. A Disney Channel audition. I don't know. Hype House. Maybe some Fortnite streaming. I don't know, but we love you and we see you. Okay, much love.
Now let's take a look at what the internet had to say about this entire mess, because spoiler alert, people are not having it. Thinking back to myself when I was 17 and being in my 30s now, watching this makes my stomach turn knowing the kind of people that are seeking out this content. This comment highlights the core issue. It's not just about Piper being put in this situation, it's about who this content is attracting. The fact that an adult can look back and recognize how disturbing it is says everything. Her parents allow it because they profit from it, which is so much worse. They're exploiting their daughter. They manage her. My parents would have buried me in the basement and reported me missing if I told them I wanted to make this kind of content at any age. Parents who care don't exploit their children for money. This comment perfectly sums up the problem at hand. It's not just that Piper is being overexposed, it's that her own parents are running the entire operation. The last line says it all. Parents who actually care about their kids don't sell them out for cash. But Piper's mom, she's doing the exact opposite. Jeez, what happened to sneakily drinking stomach acid masquerading as cider in a field when you're 17? At this point, the entire situation is beyond disturbing. We've got Piper Rockelle being exploited by her own parents, a literal OnlyFans house using a teenager for promotion, and creators like Sophie and Camilla normalizing this mess. And the worst part? It's all happening in plain sight. Her own parents are profiting off her exposure. There's an entire website monetizing her images. Let's not forget the deleted TikToks and attempts to cover things up. Even members of the Bop House are bailing out because they know this isn't defensible. So where's the accountability? Who's actually going to stop this cycle from repeating itself? Because if nothing changes, this isn't just Piper's problem. It's a precedent for every other young influencer getting roped into this industry. If you want to stay updated and discuss this more, make sure to check out the Discord. This conversation isn't over.